Alright guys, it's Chatterbox Reviews, coming at you guys with my monthly TV recap for the month of August. Alright, so we've officially reached the end of August, and that means that I'm here to do the monthly TV wrap-up or recap for this month, and really enjoy doing these. So I've been doing them ever since February, and so hopefully we'll get, done a whole year of these monthly wrap-ups, and then from there, I'm not sure if I'll keep doing them, but I just thought it'd be a really kind of fun thing to see what you guys are watching. You guys get to see kind of what I'm watching, and get some of my thoughts on stuff that I may not be reviewing as well. It also gives me kind of a better look at some of the best things that I had this year, my favorite performances, my favorite episodes of the year, stuff like that. And so when the end of the year comes around and I'm doing these countdowns and lists and stuff like that, makes it a little bit easier for me to kind of remember, oh yeah, I really love that one, you know what I mean? So anyway, so we're here for the August wrap-up. I thought this month was pretty good. I had 4 new shows that were coming out that I was really looking forward to. Actually 5, I guess, but 4 that I was going to review. I ended up only reviewing 2 of them, and I may still do a review for a couple of the other ones. And those 4 were Mindhunter, Succession, The Righteous Gemstones, and The Terror. And I have to say, The Terror I still have not watched. I've heard some okay things about the premiere. I've heard it gets a little bit better past then, but I still haven't watched the premiere, and I do really, regret that. I wish I would have watched that, by the time this came around. But anyways, I will be getting to that. And there's a couple other episodes that I'm behind on as well. Been kind of busy lately, and I've been watching a lot of other older shows too that just haven't been on recently, and so that's taken up a bit of my time as well. But anyways, at the end of the day, I watched 16 episodes this month, including 9 episodes of Mindhunter Season 2 on Netflix, 4 episodes of Succession Season 2. My recent review for Season 2, Episode 4 of Succession should be going up right before this one. The 100 Season 6, 1 episode from that, the finale episode. The Righteous Gemstones Season 1, the pilot episode from that. And lastly, Power Season 6, the premiere episode for that. And that is the final season of Power. So, a really kind of, 5 different shows here. But most of the content I watched was from 2 shows, being Succession and Mindhunter this month. And like I said, The Terror I still want to get to for sure, and I will be probably reviewing the season as a whole once I get around to that. But anyways, so those are the episodes I watched this month. I'd love to hear what you guys watched, and also what you're looking forward to in September. I do have some, some shows that I'm really looking forward to. A couple Netflix ones, a couple other ones, right? Some network ones. I'm looking forward to Bluff City Law on NBC from the same creator who did The Brave, which I really liked. I believe it was, 2 years ago now in the fall. So anyways, looking forward to some shows. We'll see what comes up in September. But anyways, I thought August was a really great month for me, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But anyway, so what I like to do now with this is put together some countdowns. So I'll go over my top 5 episodes from this month, and then my worst 3 episodes of the month, and then I'll get to my best performances. So I'll give a Best Actress and a Best Actor of the Month award, the best performances, I think, from the month of the TV shows I watched, of course, right? So all this stuff is based on stuff I watched. You're out there saying like, oh, like this guy gave a great performance in this season. I probably didn't watch it, right? So anyways, so now let's, without any further ado, let's get to my top 5 episodes from this month in television for me. So number 5, kicking it off, my top 5 is Mindhunter Season 2, Episode 2, titled Episode 2. So, they don't really have titles for their episodes. But anyways, I thought this episode was a really great one. Of course, this one was a lot of focus on David Berkowitz, who is kind of the the serial killer subject of this one, where Holden and Bill go to interview him. And I thought this interview was definitely, I would say, second best in the season, but still one of the best of the series so far, I would say. And I really like Season 2 of Mindhunter up until Episode 5. My review is out for the whole season if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts. But Episode 2 and Episode 5, which you'll hear later, are 2 of my favorite episodes of the season. And I think both those episodes really rival some of the best from Season 1. But then after that, as you'll see later, I didn't really get into the second half of the season. But yeah, Episode 2 was really, really great. All right, number 4 of my top 5 episodes. Number 4 is The Righteous Gemstones, Season 1, Episode 1, titled The Righteous Gemstones. Danny McBride is back. So first off, he had Eastbound and Down on HBO, then Vice Principals with Walton Goggins, and now he's back with Righteous Gemstones. Eddie Patterson is coming in again. We got John Goodman, Adam Devine, Adam Devine. Right? Adam Devine? Yeah, Adam Devine. And just a really, really great pilot. And the ending to this one was just so funny and so kind of shocking, actually. But it is so Danny McBride. So Danny McBride actually, I think he wrote and directed this first episode. He is like he's so good, and I'm so glad that he's tapped into this kind of perfect I guess situation with him and HBO, and the way that he's able to have such of a significant creative input in these shows, and they're just so great. I love Vice Principals. I loved Eastbound and Down. Some of my favorite comedy series for sure, and this one is shaping up to be really, really great. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes that have been out, but I really want to do that probably today. I'll catch up on that. But anyways, I thought episode 1 was really great, and John Goodman was awesome in it too. So, all right, number 3 then is going to be Succession, Season 2, Episode 2, Walter. I thought this episode is the second best so far of the 4 we've gotten. This one was really, really great, especially after that premiere, kind of hit it out of the park. Really great premiere. Coming into this episode, just really great. Gave these characters a lot of great development, and especially Kendall for sure. And I thought just a really great episode all the way around. The pacing was really well done. And the balance between comedy and drama, especially in this episode, but that's what this series is so good at, was as I said, amazing in this episode. And Succession, I gotta say it, I think I'm ready to crown it as the best TV show on right now. I know there's some, finishing up Poses, finishing up a lot of people like that one. There's some other shows, but I think Succession is the best TV show on right now, and might be the best of 2019 by the end of the year for me. We'll have to see. All right, so number 2 then is Mindhunter, Season 2, Episode 5, and this one was, of course, Charles Manson. So this episode, I think, is the best episode of the series so far for Mindhunter. This Manson interview is probably one of the best scenes, or one of the best interviews of the series as well. I forget, I can't pronounce his last name correctly, but I believe it's Damon Harriman, or Harriman. Anyways, he plays Charles Manson, and he is just fantastic in this role. Gives an amazing performance. And then we also have an interview with Tex Watson after, and the actor who plays him is really great. So, anyways, thought this episode was really great, and also the subplots were really good too. I thought they were really great with Wendy. You had Bill and his son, a lot of developments with his son in this episode, and I felt like they were really great. And to be honest, this episode I feel like was probably the best of the season, but it was also the last episode that I really enjoyed of the season. So kind of unfortunate there, but yeah, definitely one of my top episodes this month. Number 1 then takes the cake for top episode of the month is Succession, Season 2, Episode 4, Safe Room, the one that I just reviewed, that I just watched yesterday, or a couple days ago. This episode is probably one of the best of the series, if not the best so far. And like I said, Succession, such a great job balancing that comedy and drama. And this one gets dramatic. This one gets serious towards the end of it, and it's just done so well. But then you also get these subplots that are so hilarious that, it's just such a good balance in the way that they have established this tone. And they really, Season 1, I think they kind of struggled to find their footing a little bit with the tone that they were going for at the beginning. But once they found that, and this season are really sticking to it, it is just fantastic. I can't suggest Succession enough, by the way. If you aren't watching it, I really suggest it on HBO. Anyways, Safe Room, the best episode, I would say, of the month for me. All right, so worst 3 episodes then of the month. And by the way, worst 3 does not mean they were absolutely terrible episodes. I mean, all these episodes I wanted to watch and got probably some enjoyment out of them. I would say better word for this is probably the most disappointing 3 episodes of the month. But regardless, number 3 for worst 3 episodes of the month is Mindhunter Season 2, Episode 8. I thought this one wasn't the worst of the season, but again, a very stagnant episode here. The pacing slowed down to a crawl, as did just the second half in general of the season. And I felt like this one really kind of went nowhere until the very end of the episode. We got a really nice montage, I will say, of them looking for this killer in Atlanta, the Atlanta child murders case. That montage was actually a really great montage and probably one of the best parts of the season to me. But I will say, I just think that it's just really stagnant. The character development wasn't great in this one. I just felt like Holden was really put to the side as he was in the whole season, but this episode in specific. All right, number 2 then. It's the 100, Season 6, Episode 13, The Blood of Sanctum. This was the Season 6 finale that everybody was looking forward to, everybody's waiting for. Now we know 7th season is going to be the last season of the show. This one was disappointing, I have to be honest. I don't know. I was expecting more. I felt like the second last episode, the penultimate episode of the season, was better. This one was just a little disappointing. The way it ended, a lot of stuff kind of left open. Not a lot of, knots tied up, if you know what I mean. A lot of loose ends left, and I just felt like they just had way too much that they were going for in this episode, and then they kind of tried to loop in the anomaly storyline at the very end of it. Like, I mean, literally the very end, in the last, 4 minutes of this one, and it didn't really work as well as maybe it could have. And this one, just really disappointing at the end of the day to see Season 6 finish up like this. I've seen some people saying Season 6 is now their favorite season. It's not mine. It can't be after what we saw in this finale, but still, I would say one of the better ones. All right, number 1 for worst episode of the month is Mindhunter Season 2, Episode 7, Episode 7. This one was not great. So they go through this whole plan in the episode, and they basically go all the way through. They set up a little bit of suspense as well, and then nothing ends up happening. So I do get it. I get the symbolization here of the red tape and Holden not being able to kind of break that divide between, politics, the optics of everything, and actually trying to catch a serial killer. I get it, and I get what they were trying to set up with the case, but the pacing in this episode, and then also the plot of it, that just goes nowhere. I thought this was the worst episode of the month for sure, and probably the worst episode of this series so far for Mindhunter. Worse than I think any episode in Season 1. But anyways, those are just my thoughts there. A little bit disappointing for sure. All right, now to finish it off, we get to my best performances of the month. So first we'll go to Best Actress. So Best Actress of the month, I'm going to give it to Anna Torv from Mindhunter, where she plays Wendy Carr. I thought Wendy was given an interesting subplot this season. She actually got quite a significant amount of screen time in this one, but I will say she was really underutilized. But saying that she wasn't underutilized and they didn't really develop her character as much as they maybe could have, Anna Torv is not to fault. I think she gave a great performance this season, even better than Season 1. I think she just had more time too. That obviously helps. But yeah, I thought she gave a great performance this month, in Mindhunter. And I got to give it to her. I think it was between her and Sarah Snook for Succession. But I think, she had more time and kind of more depth, I would say, to her character. And so I had to give it to Anna Torv. The main cast on Mindhunter is just incredible. I mean, all 3 of them are really great. And she definitely is really great, along with Holt McCallany and Jonathan Groff, right? All right, so Best Actor then, to finish things off, I gotta give it to Matthew McFadden from Succession, where he plays Tom Wamsgans. This character is probably one of my favorite characters on TV right now, if not my favorite. I mean, and Matthew McFadden does such a great job. Again, the whole balance between comedy and drama. He's able to go so far in the comedy, right? And then he kind of brings it down for a serious scene. He is just so great. And he has a lot of range as an actor, and I love this character. He's not the main character. He's not kind of our main protagonist or antagonist in the show, but every time he's on screen, I'm just waiting to either laugh or just be really blown away by his performance. And that's why I got to give him the best performance of the month. Although Holt McCallany was definitely a really close second here. He did a great job as well. But anyways, guys, that'll just about do it for my monthly wrap up or recap of August. Again, love to hear what you guys checked out in August. What things you liked, what things you didn't like. I know there were some, like Carnival Row, Dark Crystal. I guess those came out in the last few days, but I think that was still August. Anyways, love to hear your guys' thoughts on some of those. And also, what are you looking forward to in September? Love to hear your guys' thoughts, and maybe you guys can recommend some shows that I want to check out. But anyways, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this one, and we'll see you next month then for my monthly TV wrap-up for the month of September.